These spinach feta phyllo bites are the best appetizer ever, and they are so easy to make. To a mini food processor, add feta cheese, grated Parmesan, half of a small onion, and a couple cloves of garlic. If you want to make this recipe and you don't have a food processor, that's totally fine. Mix everything up in a bowl. Just make sure to cut it up a little bit smaller. Some lemon juice. You should also add the lemon zest if you're feeling fancy. Some sea salt, black pepper, thyme, parsley, and dill. I'm almost out of dill. Pulse it up a couple times until evenly combined, just like this. And add the cheese mixture to a mixing bowl. Set that aside and chop up a stick of butter to melt. Follow the frozen spinach, then drain it out. Press it down with a paper towel just to squeeze out any extra liquid. Mix it into the cheese mixture. If you want to use fresh spinach, feel free. You'll have to chop it and then wilt it yourself. You can do that just in a pan on the stove. It won't take very long. Line a baking sheet with tin foil. You could also do this on a silicone mat if you want. Open up your thawed phyllo dough. Carefully unroll it. Then peel one sheet off at a time. Brush it with butter. Another sheet. And more butter. The reason you add a fat in between each layer is because this will make each layer crackle in this flaky, crispy, light, tender, buttery deliciousness. It's so good, and this is the reason why. The water that's in the butter naturally will evaporate with the heat, and it will cause the flaky layers to rise up a little bit. It's the same science as croissants and pastries that makes the pastry rise up. Once you have 10 layers of phyllo dough on there, you're ready to go. From one box, you should be able to do about 3 or 4 rolls. So just divide your filling up evenly. Leave a line along the edge without any spinach. All right, ready to roll, literally. Add a little bit of extra butter to that empty spot on the dough, like so. And then from the opposite edge, start rolling. And seal it. Top this with a little bit more butter if you want. You can even sprinkle some toppings on there. Sesame seeds, garlic powder, a little extra Parmesan. Cheese, not necessary, you do you. Transfer your roll to the cutting board and cut each roll into about 12 pieces. It helps to just do it in one swift motion with a heavy duty knife. Transfer the rolls back to the baking sheet. This is a half batch because I only had 1 roll of phyllo dough left. Repeat this process 3 to 4 times in total, and then pop these in the oven at 375 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until they're beautifully golden brown on the top. Voila, the finished product. You'll definitely want to save this recipe because